everyone, welcome back. My name is Molly, and today I'll be interviewing Crystal, who is the owner of Juniper Artisan Collective in downtown Galt. Welcome, Crystal.
Thank you, Molly. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here today. I'm really looking forward to talking to you because I have been to your shop before and I think it's so wonderful and so unique. So I'm just hoping today we get to share it with a lot more people because they really need to get to know you. So why don't you share a few things about yourself so that they get to know the person behind the store?
Sure. So my name is Crystal. I have a shop downtown in Galt. It's called Juniper Artisan Collective. My husband and I actually moved to Galt in October of 2019. We wanted to get out of the city, out of Toronto. So we had actually spent several years trying to find a place that we thought would be the right place for us. And we just discovered that we loved Galt. We think it's beautiful here and we saw a lot of potential. So we decided to move to Galt.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you here. And I've been in Galt my whole life as well. So I know what you feel there. I know what you mean. There is something about this town. I mean, the architecture, the little shops. And I think we have such a unique space down there, right? Where there are unique shops, restaurants, places to go, activities and stuff. So welcome to Galt. We're so happy to have you. So
thank you.
Did you open your shop like relatively soon when you moved here in 2019, or when did you start?
So I opened the store in July of 2019. And as I said, we had moved here in October of 2019. So I had left behind a career as an admin assistant. And when we moved here, I started thinking about maybe making some changes to what I was doing in my life. And my husband and I had the idea to open a store downtown because, again, we see so much potential here. The buildings are beautiful. It's a great town. And we just thought that this would be a benefit to do something within the community.
So what made you choose this kind of business model? So why don't you explain what your store kind of is and what made you choose that?
So we went through several different ideas for a store, actually, when we considered what kind of store we were opening. And then I landed on the idea of doing strictly Canadian product. So what I wanted to do is bring in things that were not just local, but Canadian, so from different makers. So I spent a lot of time online looking for unique and interesting things that people are doing. And then I wanted to bring them into one place where people could come in and shop for them instead of trying to find everything online themselves. I thought it would be interesting to put all of those things into one shop.
And like I said, I've been there. I've come out with way more than I wanted to, just because you do have such a wide range of things that you offer in your shop, and it's all so unique. So it's a great spot to go if like you need a last minute gift or any holiday shopping, stuff like that. So you're doing a great job with it. I love it.
Thank you so much.
So I've kind of touched on probably a few of the reasons, but what would you say are some of the reasons why your customers love your shop so much?
I think that it's kind of what you said, that there's something really for everybody in my store. I really try to be inclusive to what lots of people might like. So different kinds of candles, different kinds of soaps, different, local honeys, things like that, where people can come in and there's really something there for everybody. We have some men's products as well. So we really are catering to a whole group of people. And I think that's what people enjoy about coming into my store.
So you'll always find something. You won't leave it handed, that's for sure.
No, there's funny cards. I mean, there's some that people comment on all the time that, they'll see the card and I hear them laughing. And I love that. I love seeing that people are enjoying what I've brought into the store because I've done it in a way that I think that, brings interest to these, brings interest to the makers themselves. And I often actually will talk about the makers. So when people are buying something, I'll say, this maker does this, and this is something, this is their work, like if it's a watercolor, like a sticker, I'll say, well, this isn't a sticker that someone made online. This is someone's actual artwork that they've created and made into this item. Because I think that people find the backstories about what people are doing interesting, because I do. So I like to share that. I like people to know that these are real people, that these items have been made by hands. And so it's time that people have put into making this. And I love those stories, and I hope that everybody loves them as well, because I tell them all the time.
We do. I promise we do. Yeah. But I think that's the thing too. Like, people are kind of leaning towards local and quality products and handmade, and just having that bit of story behind it, where it's not just like this mass-produced item. It's a very unique piece, right? So I think that's great. And I've actually bought a few of those cards where I've like gone in the shop, giggled, bought them, and I'm still waiting for the opportunity to give it to someone, because it just I don't know who to give it to yet, but it's such a great card. So I'm actually like pretty selective at who gets it. So I'm just like, when do I get to send this? Because they're great. I love them. So what has surprised you most about owning a business?
The thing that surprised me the most was, I think, the work. You know, I mean, I'm used to working hard. It's interesting that owning a business is a lot of hard work. There's a lot of things that you're doing, but you don't realize you don't really have time off. You really are working all the time. So even when I'm not at the store and I'm at home, I'm always thinking, okay, what do I need to bring in next? You know, what is the next thing that I would like to show people about someone's art that I find interesting? So there's always work. It's you know, all day.
I think it's one of the things, like, your mind just doesn't shut off, even if like you don't have anything necessarily to do. Like you said, you're thinking about the next step, the next big thing to bring in. What are people going to like, and trying to crack that code. So yeah, I can completely understand that. And not only like running the shop yourself and all the back end pieces, like there is a lot that goes into it. So yeah, it's about a 24/7 job, isn't it?
It feels like it sometimes. Thankfully, one of the things that's great is that the business community in downtown Galt, the other business owners, everyone's really supportive. So I really appreciated that. The wealth of knowledge that these other business owners had is one of the reasons why I even decided to open a store, and thought that I could, because I had their support and encouragement.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of wraps up all the questions I had for you. Thank you so much for meeting with me today and sharing your story and your passion. I can't wait to come visit you again and see all the new stuff you have, because I haven't been out in a little bit. But I look forward to coming by again and picking up some very awesome, unique products. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Molly. I appreciate the time that you took today to meet with me.